Is there anyone here from Alabama? This is a shoes and shirt only party, so maybe not, okay? So I'm from there. I can make fun of it. I'm from there. So I grew up in Alabama. I'm actually quite proud of being from Alabama. I grew up in a place called Huntsville, which has a rich tradition of involvement in the space industry, has one of the most educated populations in the country. It's a really great place to grow up. And so growing up in Huntsville, you drive down the freeway, and there's a Saturn V rocket, and there's a big space shuttle, and there's all kinds of space paraphernalia at the Space and Rocket Center there. So I grew up absolutely in love with the shuttle. And in my memories, the shuttle always has that orange kind of rust-colored tank, but it wasn't always the case. Because if you go look at early versions of the shuttle launches, they actually have a white solid rocket booster. They have a white tank there in the middle. And the reason is this. NASA, in those original stages, could not get the shuttle to work because it weighed 700 pounds too much. 700 pounds too much. And so they did what rocket scientists do, which is they experimented with space-age polymers and better aerodynamics, and they were trying everything they could to cut 700 pounds of weight. And they failed. They failed again and again and again to cut the weight or to get it where it needed to be. Until a line worker came by and saw what they were doing. I like to imagine that he's from Alabama in my mind. I don't know this for a fact. He walks by and says, what are they doing? And they say, oh, they're trying to cut weight on the shuttle. And this line worker goes, quit painting the damn tank. They stopped painting the tank, 700 pounds of paint on the tank, okay? That's why the shuttle tank is orange, because it weighed too much, okay? What is the analog of this in our business? We are always looking for something sophisticated or complex or next level to take our businesses to appeal to the modern consumer. But like Nick said, a lot of times what we need to do is actually a throwback. We need to get back to best practices, do something very simple that might have a huge impact. So how do we help our clients avoid falling prey to this attentional bias? Well, there's a couple of things that we need to do. First of all, if an idea falls in line with your own political or personal biases, you need to be double and triple scrutinous of that idea. We have a cancer in our country right now of investing along political lines and thinking that whoever's in the Oval Office, that the economy is going to be good or bad based on whether or not we like the person who we see on TV every day. We have to help break our clients of this and help them to be extra critical of things that align with their own biases. We also need to look at probabilities. You know, Nick shared some great probabilities there. We need to go to couples on their wedding day. We need to go to a couple on their wedding day and say, hey, congratulations, Mazel Tov, great, we're so happy for you. And then we need to say, excuse me, what do you think the odds of you two getting divorced are? And if they say anything less than 50%, we need to lecture them on probabilities, right? Now, I'm joking, of course, but the understanding is this. When we understand how likely or unlikely something is, we have to base our assumptions on that and not just hopes. We need to be scientists.